So I had it muted the whole time, so let's unmute it. Oh my god, it's so clear. Like, I've never been into AMSMR or AMS. How do you say it? AMSMR. But this right here. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot this too. Look how clear. Oh, there was like a hole, so I guess it was already clear. Yeah. It's as clear as it's getting. I'll wipe it off in a second. What's up? My name's Ashley. I also go by Ashley the Hippie. Peace and love, peace and love. But in this, oh my god, I love this. Let me stop. In this podcast, I'm just going to be referred to as Ashley because I love the name Ashley. My sister actually gave it to me. My mom didn't know what to name me, and my sister told her, why don't you name her Lauren Ashley? Because I guess I was like a popular musician when I was like born in the 90s. Hashtag 90s baby. And like my mom didn't like Lauren, but she liked Ashley, so they both kind of came up with it. My sister came up with it, but my mom ultimately decided it, so that's how I got my name, and I love it. So yeah, Ashley. Hello, I'm Ashley. I've been so afraid to open this mic for the past like 2 years. It's insane. I originally bought it for my ex, like my second ex, because he wanted to be a rapper. He was aspiring to be a rapper, and he'd make some like really cool songs, and he'd spend most of his time at the house. So I figured, why not get you a mic? And I think we were in Wisconsin at the time, and it was like Black Friday and it was on sale, and he was like, that's what he wants for Christmas. So I bought it because I was 22 and delusional, or maybe I was 21. No, I was either 20, I think I was 22. I was 22 and delusional, so I bought it. And then, of course, we didn't work out, and I figured I paid for it, so I'm keeping it because it's mine. And yeah, that's the whole story in itself. It's why we're making this podcast, to go over all the mistakes and lessons that I've learned and made throughout my 26 years of life. So yes, I was born March 17th. I'm a Pisces, 1999. So now you know my birthday. Pisces, 90s baby. I've lived in South Central my entire life. I was born to a single mother. My dad was kind of in and out of the picture, but I had like a lot of different male role models to look up to. Maybe a couple consistent ones, but for the most part, no one too permanent, like in my household. I have my other camera stopped recording for a second. I have one brother and one sister from my mom, and then I have a brother and a sister and probably a bunch of other siblings on my dad's side, but I don't really know any of them besides like my one brother and sister, but I don't really talk to them, so I just know my mom's kids. As far as my mom's children, we all have different dads, so I'm technically an only child, but me and my sister are really close. She was basically like a second mom to me growing up, so it's pretty annoying, but it kind of like worked out because it was just like where my mom wasn't able to like, you know, teach me or guide me, my sister picked up the pieces, and I'm extremely grateful for both of them. Me and my mom's children are decades apart. So my sister's 12 years older than me. My brother's 22 years older than me. My mom had me at 42. So I'm the oddball out. She had my brother at 20, my sister at 30, and me at 42. So oddball, the baby. I'm very much spoiled. Like, that goes without saying. I'm definitely spoiled. And I've noticed that it's kind of like been difficult to let go of because I'm used to like having everything, getting everything that I want, and things are starting to change now that I'm getting older, and it's weird. Like, I still get everything that I want, but it's like having to adapt to, like, I guess having siblings is weird because I don't want to get too into detail about like everything in the first episode because it is, after all, only the first episode. But basically, like, I kind of grew up like an only child, like, because the decades were so far apart. So by the time I came along in 99, my brother was already having kids. My first nephew was only like a year younger than me. So I was basically an auntie as soon as I was born, or like around the age of 1. And he was like starting family with his wife, got married and everything. And then by the time I was 2, he had a second child. And after like 2.5, he was in prison. And that's pretty much like where that relationship, like, not ended, but like kind of, you know, took its turn. And my brother was basically in prison from the time I was 2 to the time I was like 25. So yeah, or how old am I? Yeah, 25, because I just turned 26 this year. So that's been like interesting to say the least. And then my sister and I, like, she was 12 when I was born, so kind of just been her like teenage pregnancy basically, because it was just like she had to kind of take me with her friends and take care of me and raise me, because my mom would like work a lot. She worked like crazy hours, so my sister was like always taking care of me. And it was kind of a weird dynamic, because it's just like she's not that much older than me, but I didn't really think of it like, oh yeah, she can't tell me what to do. It was more, well, sometimes I did, but it was more so the fact that like we never really had like a sister relationship. It was more like a authoritative child relationship. So it was basically like having 2 moms. And my sister also had a lot of issues and complications with my mom and different aspects of, like, you know, her childhood that made it difficult for her to take on the role and responsibility of a whole nother human being. So our relationship kind of was like a little rocky at some points, but we're kind of like cool now because I'm an adult and we can talk about different things, and I see her perspective on more things now, and she sees mine a little bit, but I'm still like her little baby. And yeah, by the time I was 9, my sister was having kids, or she had my nephew, my 3rd nephew. So she was like a mom by the time I was like in middle school, and it was just like, that's all she could see me as, like a daughter, or just like, you know, somebody's kid, but not like her sister. You know, it's always like she wants the best for me, but we don't have that playful relationship all the time. Like, we joke around, but at the end of the day, it's like she's like second mom. So there's that. I've been in, I would say 2 for sure, serious relationships where it just was very traumatic and didn't work out. The first one, I was with my ex for 3 years. We were engaged. I was a fiance. We almost had babies, but then, you know, COVID brought to life a lot of issues and a lot of, like, you know, realizations that that wasn't the life that I was ready for yet. And I'm going to make a whole video about that, because, or probably a whole little series about it, because it was really traumatic for me. And I feel like, honestly, right away, I didn't move on, or I didn't like get over it right away. So I ended up jumping into my second serious relationship, and that one wasn't meant to be taken as serious as it was. And I ended up like flying all the way out to Wisconsin to like live with my ex, and I ended up having to fight his mom just to get back to like my home and where I felt familiar. And it was like I got arrested at the airport. It was a whole thing. Like, it was crazy. And like a lot of people don't know that. They just think I'm like this sweet chilled hippie, and I am, which is even more crazy that that experience occurs to me. But I'm definitely going to explain it into detail, because it is a pretty crazy story, and I feel like it's worth talking about. I've dropped out of college probably about 5 times now. Currently enrolled again, but I don't know if I'm going to finish or not, because I really don't want to finish college. But at the same time, like, I don't see the benefit of not finishing after being in college for so many like semesters on and off. Like, I have at this point enough units to graduate with at least an AA, so I might as well get an AA in a specific category. So we'll see how that goes. I'm a caregiver right now, so I work overnight taking care of a disabled lady, And that's been interesting as well. I feel like no matter what path I decide to go on in life, I'm always going to find a road that leads me to assisting and caring for other people. Like, I just feel really passionate when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I love trying to help people. And like, you know, just giving a helpful hand in any way that I can. Like, I adore it. I feel like that's what humans are meant to be here for, to help other people and assist other people and get like to higher levels. I feel like, to be honest, a lot of things could have been reached by now had we put aside our differences as far as like sexism, racism, like inequality. Like, I feel like a lot of people have strengths in certain areas or different areas in life, and too often we let our physical forms limit us or distract us from allowing people to speak or, you know, like express the knowledge that they have. We probably could have colonies on Mars already if, you know, they just allowed, if everybody just got along. But I guess that's why I feel like I'm a hippie. It's interesting because I call myself Ashley the hippie, and I feel like people think that it means that I don't shower or something. I take 3 baths a day sometimes, like in the summertime for sure, but most days I take at least 2 baths or 2 showers, and I wear makeup, I wear like, you know, jewelry. I wouldn't consider myself a traditional hippie, but I am a hippie in the aspect that I like to recycle. I like encouraging others to recycle. I'm very cheap or conservative. I wear the same clothes for like years or until like they're worn, because I just don't believe in like, you know, consistently buying clothes all the time for different seasons. Ironically, I do love to shop and I shop a lot, but I will continue to hold on to those, like, you know, those threads until I either can't fit them or they're just really not my vibe anymore, or they're too thoughty and grow out of them. But it's always like, I don't know, like I'm always like, there's different aspects of like being a hippie that I feel like I align with, and there are some that I don't. So I wouldn't take the Ashley the hippie too directly. It's more of an indirect term to say that I'm very, like, you know, peaceful and loving and caring about the environment. It's crazy. Just heard like a loud boom, but I don't know where it came from. All I can hear is the mic. Oh, I love how this sounds. Okay, let's stop getting distracted. But yes, I'm going to share my life advice or my life experiences, the life that I've lived, specific parts of my childhood that stood out, whether they're able to, like, you know, give somebody some advice or like help somebody think about what they're going through in life, or if it's just like to put perspective on whatever someone's going through, or if it's just like a story time to let you know like what happened, and like also for my memories, so I have something to remember, so I can be like, hey, like this did happen this way when I was that age, and I have proof, because dementia does run in my family, and I fear one day I might forget like my life. I was looking at a picture of myself earlier and I was thinking, I can't remember going to that photo shoot. I don't even know what shoes I wore, like what day it was, or like what we did after. And I was like, that's so crazy. But you never really remember what goes on as a child, like unless it's like a really significant moment. And I guess the photo shoot wasn't really significant to me. I was just a kid, and I guess I was like used to always having cameras in my face. So it's also for my memories, as well as like just relationship advice and stories on my failed relationships, even the non-serious ones, the very casual ones, like talk about different dates that I've been on, what I now expect out of relationships, what kind of life and relationship I plan to have in the future. I'm going to discuss finances, my education plans, and plans for, like, you know, just education in general, like just giving advice on just anything that I feel like I'm an expert at, or that I feel like I've had enough experience with. And by no means am I saying that I know everything, because I don't. And that's why I make the mistakes that I do, and it's okay, because I'm learning from my mistakes and my life experiences, and I hope that somebody can watch my videos or listen to my podcast and learn from what I went through and not make the same mistakes as me, because not everybody has to, you know? And I remember, like, when I was with my second ex, before I got with him, I remember, like, talking to God and telling God, like, I need something traumatic to go on so that I have a reason to talk to people, so that I can tell my story. And it was like, I didn't need a reason, but I kept telling myself, I need a reason, I need a reason, I need this, I need that. And I was like really into Red Food from LMAO. Like the rave group that was very like popping in 2012, who made I'm Sexy and I Know It and Party Rockers. The Party Rockers group, I was really big into Fu because he's like the uncle of the other dude and the other half of the group. And he went solo after him and his nephew got into it. And I was just like, he's so hot, he's so attractive. Like, oh, I wish I could find me a guy like him, like little mixed breed with like black people hair, but you know, light skin. And I don't know why that was my type, but I just looked at him and I was just like, I want that. And I need something to traumatize me further than my first relationship so that I can have something to talk about. And God gave it to me. He's like, are you sure? And I just kept asking for it, and then I forgot about it. And then my second ex popped up, and he was everything that I described. He looked just like Red Food. He had like kinky hair, but he was light skinned and had freckles and green eyes, and he almost looked white, but you could tell he was black and or mixed. And boy, did he do a number on me. He definitely traumatized me, and I'm still healing from that today. And it's been like 3 years. So yes, I definitely have a lot to share, a lot to talk about, and I really just cannot wait to like dive into this experience. I'm gonna call it the Ashley Show because like I'm obsessed with myself. So anything to put my name on anything, I'm here for it. That's kind of just who I am. I like talking about myself and love to see my name. So welcome to the Ashley Show. I hope you enjoy it. Trust that I will not waste all of your time talking about myself, but I will acknowledge certain things about myself because I feel like I'm pretty cool and like, you know, unique and also very interesting. I'm definitely a character you'll see like throughout the docu-series. But yeah, it's pretty much it. At the moment, my favorite color is neon green and then red and then pink. And I don't know what else. I don't know what else there is, but if you watch this, like the video, I hope you enjoy watching my beautiful face talk for hours on end or minutes on end, because I'm not going to do hour-long videos yet. And yeah, if you're listening, I hope you like the sound of my soothing voice. I should do ASMR. Say it too. This is a sign I should definitely do that. Okay, I'm done playing on this mic. Yeah. I think that's it for now. Definitely, like, I'll see you or you'll hear me in the next video or whatever, podcast, whatever. I don't know. I'm super stoked to just finally, like, just have this mic out of the box and be doing this because I never thought I'd see the day. Like, I thought it was gonna stay in the box forever. It still has dust on it. Like, it's crazy. But there's more to come. Just stick along for the ride and I hope you enjoy it. And I don't think I have anything else to say, so I'm gonna end this. Peace and love, and remember that let's try to end with a good, positive, motivational quote or something at the end. This gets me under. Your only limitation is your mind. That is the quote or motivational message we are ending on. Your only limitations is your mind. So if you feel like you cannot be limited, then, like, you know, life is limitless. But if you think that something can stop you or something is gonna hold you back, like me being afraid to open this box out of, like, you know, fear of memories from my ex or like just trauma or whatever, or like taking me back to when I bought it, then it's gonna hold you back forever and you're never gonna do the things that make you happy. And one thing that makes me really happy is talking and sharing advice and giving people advice and just talking. So I realized, or I put up a dream board. I'm gonna pan over in a second, but I put up a dream board on my wall. I've kind of just been freeballing it and just sticking pictures and messages and quotes to my wall. And every day I look at it and I think to myself, how can I get closer to any of the goals on here? And I realized today that the only way I was gonna do that is if I finally started this podcast that I've been wanting to start since 2020. So I'm glad to finally started it. I'm glad to finally to look past my limitations and tell myself that I can do these things, and it takes more than just, I have to let go of the limitations that I put up in my head, saying that I can't do these things because I'm too old, or I don't know how to work technology, or I don't want to open this mic out of, fear of memories that shouldn't even really bother me anymore or really exist. So yeah, your only limitation is your mind. Don't let your mind stop you from not following your dreams, whatever they may be. Alright, I'll see you in the next video, or in the next whatever. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for believing in my dream as much as I believe in my dream, because if you didn't, you wouldn't have listened to me talk for this long. So thank you. Really appreciate it. Okay, time to edit, so I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.